Chapter 10, Garbage Disposal Moms. Trigger warning, talk of suicidal ideation. Here's how I have felt so many times over my 2 decades plus of being a mom. Moms are the pack animals of all times. Everyone's emotional and literal garbage. Secrets too wounding to expose. Her children's pain and woe. Remembering everything to do, remembering where everything is, and finding everything that's lost. But seriously, my mom was so good at this. And let's not forget that she also carries around the shame of what's going on that nobody sees based on society, family's expectations of her to know how to fix everything and everyone. And can you also bring me a bowl of ice cream? Thanks. And no, I don't want to help you right now, Mom. Garbage disposal moms. We take scraps, absorb toxins, and clean up messes. We take what isn't ours because where else will it go? Everyone shoves stuff at us, and we are always supposed to know what to do with it, even when it's too much. Take, shove, shove, shove. And nobody even realizes that we have emotional limits, may not be able to deal with it, or might want to be more than their solution. Sure, helping feels good to a point, but we're also human, not magical object that exists only to take care of everything for everyone without consequences to ourselves. Now, let's create the antidote title. What's a good name for the opposite kind of mom? The mom who takes what's helpful and what she's capable of and consented to deal with. She lets her kids, spouse, family, and friends gain their strength by not taking all of the burdens available to her, and this doesn't diminish her value. She loves fiercely, herself included, and valued just as much as her babies and her lover. She only absorbs that which is helpful to her, not what's thrown at her. She confidently says yes when it's appropriate and no when it's not. What would her name be? I'm at a loss and need your help here. While you think about that, let me take you to the most devastating conversation of my life. I share it for a couple reasons. One, while we were at the class learning how to be properly socialized young ladies, our men were in a class that taught them they couldn't show emotion, be weak, or vulnerable. It's a class that told them they have to take whatever they're given and not be a sissy about it, suck it up, and deal with it alone. This is just as damaging as our lessons and must be brought to light. Real men cry and have emotions. They are the best of men because they are embracing the whole of themselves. This is courageous. Regardless of gender, if you have suicidal thoughts, please see this as a sign to tell someone. That is strength. Getting help is the hardest, best way to be strong. You are not alone. Your family doesn't think they'd be better off without you. There is hope to feel better. Number 2, garbage disposal moms need a witness. We need our most tender, wounded spots to see the light. Whether they're directly related to our parenting or not, they impact our parenting because they impact us. We need others who have felt the same to mentor us through our darkest spaces. We need each other in supportive, nurturing ways. Heck, this is one reason I find myself sharing all of my wounds with you. I want you to see. I want to not feel alone in them. I want you to know you're not alone in yours. Life and parenting are both beautiful and traumatizing. Let's just be real with each other, as those are the best of friendships. And so I make all of my friendships more real because what you're about to read, I've kept to myself until now. If you see me around town, if we walk, go to lunch, if we're friends, you will now know me better. I love you and wanted to tell you. I wanted to be seen and supported so badly. It wasn't mine. This was actually the last chapter I wrote and got my love's permission to publish. He gave me permission. He is brave and wonderful, and I can't imagine my world existing without him. But that's another book. We were lying in bed, lights out. This is how most of our most vulnerable conversations are. Somehow it seems easier. But not this time. Me. Do we need to get rid of the gun in our house? Him. Yes. Me. Have you come up with a plan to take your life? Him. I'm not stupid. I could easily figure something out. Me. There are no words as I am sucked into a bottomless black abyss. My world is crashing before me. The love of my life, my partner, my rock, has been hiding this heartbreaking, soul-maiming secret. Even with my training in mental health, I only got to the "do you have a plan" question before I broke. But let's be honest, I knew for a long time that he wasn't happy. I was just too wrapped up in another family member needing me every night for an hour or two for the better part of a year to calm down and feel safe from their mental demons for me to see my husband clearly. I was exhausted and depleted. Couple this with the fact that Lark and I's OB-GYN conversation was the same weekend I found out about my husband's suicidal headspace. I was a mess. I would go cry to my sister, and she would tell me that Lark would be okay. She'd seen enough that day at lunch to understand without needing an explanation. I would sob in her arms and think she doesn't even know the worst of it. That's the thing with life and parenting. They don't always play nice and take turns. This was the trifecta of suffering for me. As one child was finally coming up to see the light of day, I realized the depth of darkness and suffering for Lark and my love. Garbage disposal mom. I felt like I couldn't turn away from any of them. I didn't want to. And so I placed the emotional burden on my back and trudged up the trail. Here's what I'd written just a month before our bedtime conversation. 8/18. So many feels. I've been crying every day for about a week now. Pressure to fix all the things which make me such a hot mess that I can't effectively do crap. It's been raining for 12 plus hours, which reflects my heart. Dark, heavy clouds, fear, sadness. I feel as though I'm not enough. What I do is not enough. So much suffering that I can't stop, as if I should. But to see the pain is so hard. As one gap in a relationship narrows, he feels miles away. He is so miserable, has been for months. It's excruciating to watch. It feels like he's shutting the world out, and me. Circumstances dictate his mood, and he only sees the negative ones. I can't reach him. And I'm afraid to try and confirm my suspicion that he's not interested in letting me in. I'm in a holding pattern that I want to be done with. I want to rescue him, change his circumstances, and make him happy. Until his brain catches up with him, then I'd be right back here. Where is my husband? I'm scared and overwhelmed, and I miss him right now. The next day, I wrote at the top of this entry, such a mood, recovered the next day. The next month, I wrote above that, nope, my intuition was right. I just had the conversation where he disclosed his suicidal thoughts. His disclosure broke my harried soul into a million pieces. 10:11. My heart is broken. I never knew hurt before. Do we all carry so much that those who care so much for us don't see? I suspected, but could have never imagined the depth of concealment. So many years, so much needless suffering and distance. Oh God, is it not too late? Help me. The charmed life I always thought I had is only one side of the coin. And now I join the club to conceal my heart from those I love, a burden I only share with the Lord. 10:14. Living the dream, both true and false. But what else am I supposed to say when people politely ask how I am? I'm happy until I'm not. Grief and heartache wash over me like waves at sea. Sometimes I see them coming, and sometimes I don't. It's not my burden to share. I am all alone in the sadness. I cry off and on, day and night. I am a wreck if I can't physically see him. The melancholy is forgotten only in moments. By all appearances, I've got it all, and I do, plus trials, burdens. I turn to Christ. He takes what I cannot bear. Can you see me being a garbage disposal, taking beyond my perceived limit? I get it, we want to protect through silence. Sometimes this is our best move, and sometimes it's not. You are the only one who knows the difference. Be brave and honest. Then follow through with what your gut is telling you. 10:20. I don't know what's coming up. My brain offers me the worst as inevitable. That I'll find him. That the kids will forever be abandoned. I wonder what it will be when. My imagination is ruthless, and I cry, shake. I can't function well. I couldn't face it. Losing him, my world would end, and I'd be an empty shell. So I distract myself, but only with brainless crap because the simplest of things are now next to impossible. My brain isn't fully functional in this state. Can anyone see it? I didn't see it in him. I want to suffer. It feels safe, connecting, and terrible. I was good for a minute, hopeful. There's this massive void that I never knew existed. Imagined intimacy, or maybe incomplete. I am dumb. I've got it all. I'm ungrateful to complain. I want my mom to tuck me in and tell me it's gonna be okay. Moms really can be the best, ultimate comfort. I love that and want to be that, but there's a point. It's on the blackest of nights that it becomes too much, but nobody is there to witness it, to help. And so we take it all and stumble uphill, bleeding out, dying inside until we break, but then get judged for it when we can no longer hide our mental mess. Garbage disposal moms, We're a maimed and dismembered group, silently dealing as best we can, looking from side to side to see if others see us, how they're faring, what we're supposed to do, be. I hate the patriarchy for telling me so hard and long that this is my role, and smile and look pretty, thanks. Don't you dare age under the burden of it all, because you're only valuable if you can do all this and be attractive. Poison, what we're subtly told day in and out. So every day, I have to tell myself it's not my job. That even if I could do it all, it wouldn't be the most helpful in the long term for anyone. Letting go is a process that feels scary and amazing. And so enter in my adjustment for you to fix your teen, my friend. Step 8, adjust your pack. Yes, we want to carry things. We love our family. Be selective and choose to carry what you can, when you can, and what is helpful for all involved. Distribute weight and ask for help. Here's what I mean. 1. Say yes to what builds the better you. This is not selfish, but essential. The best me is the best mom and wife, friend and coach. I am well-rounded. I benefit all with whom I come in contact with when I am my best me. This is the most selfless thing we can do. Saying yes to control our image for others is fake. It's self-centered to focus on how we are perceived. Say no to everything that doesn't involve you and your loved ones. Beliefs, cultural and religious norms, tasks, jobs, relationships, and hobbies. This is your one life. Live it in a way that breaks your glass ceiling. Please note that I do not say what makes you happy, your best life, or that you can have it all. These are traps that lead nowhere good. Evolve. Become more than you thought. This is painfully invigorating, hard, and soul satiating. This leaves no space for coulda, woulda, shoulda. These parents have no regrets, despite the fact that none of us evade heartbreak and struggle with our teens or any other aspect of our lives. When you're contemplating death and life, it is very clear what is valuable. It's not what most of us prioritize. Let's change that. 2, don't buy into the lie that you have to be alone in your struggles. Yeah, maybe don't keep Facebook updates on everything. Oversharing isn't what I mean, but we need other humans. We need to feel seen and understood. We need to know that it will be okay, and if it's not, that someone has our back. We need to allow others to give and support us as much as we do for others. Parenting will overlap so many other life struggles. Nothing has gone wrong. We just need a more balanced approach. I'm forever grateful that my love got the help he needed once he brought his secret into my light. He's doing amazingly well because he finally mustered up the courage to admit there was a problem he couldn't fix. We are lucky. Most struggle to resolve similar struggles over years of trying different drugs and therapy approaches. The wounds are still raw for me. This was my hardest time being a human, and I was largely alone through it. I'm still super sensitive when I read him as unhappy. When I'm scrolling Instagram and a mother posts a picture of her husband with the kids before he took his own life, I flip. I'm good at helping my clients calibrate their nervous systems because I've had to fine-tune the art myself. This also makes me a better parent because I can easily identify and help my kids when their brains are freaking out. Life is full of intersections within faith, marriage, health, parenting, work, friends, and every other aspect. It's not uncommon for collisions of all these moving parts. Planning for and working through this is part of good parenting. One aspect of our life always flows into others, and accepting that truth is where we need to start. I know that sometimes it's not our secret to share. Parents reach out to me with stories of their cutting, drug using, pregnant, and school dropout kids. They're ashamed. Embarrassed and hurting, they fear that their teen will be judged and mistreated if word gets out. They stay silent to try and protect their baby. Parents justify and make excuses for a spouse who we can both see isn't kind or loving. They're worried about my judging them or fearing seeing what they already know is there. Self-imposed isolation makes it much harder for them. Or the shadow side of that would be their fear of being judged as a failed parent or spouse. They fear the reflection their misbehaving family members would have on them, so they keep the secret as their own shameful failure. Pride is the downfall here. Friend, I want you to know that there are many people who will love and support you in your darkest times. It's not everyone, but there are healthy, intelligent people that can help you carry your burdens. They can help you heal, feel love, and find peace. Find them for yourself and your babies. The second hardest time in my life was many years ago. I was devastated when at 20 weeks pregnant, I learned I might lose my baby or she might never live past infancy. I blamed myself. If I'd been more righteous, or if I'd taken some secret vitamin or folic acid or something. I cried most of the time. I told 3 friends where I lived, as my family was 4 states away and could do very little to help me. I had weekly ultrasound appointments to monitor my baby's development. I didn't want to answer questions about her or me. I could barely keep it together, and if everyone in the neighborhood and at church was constantly asking me about it, I would have gone mad. As it was, she was born and admitted to the NICU. I could no longer keep the secret, and not 24 hours later, the resident crazy cat lady left me a stricken, devastated voicemail about how upset she was. I appreciated her attempted kindness, but didn't return her call. Even that was too much for my wounded mama heart. Yep, that's why you don't publish your most sensitive struggles. Sorry, not sorry, but I didn't want to have to console random people around my hardships. I want to have a few close friends and experts who help me feel better. This is exactly what I did, and invite you to consider it as well. Family, if they're emotionally intelligent and available. Professionals are a great resource and highly necessary in many situations. Friends, if you got them, which you do. I love being your bestie, and I'm here for you as a friend and professional. You are not betraying your family when you get help for yourself. You are not weak, insufficient, or stupid. You're human. None of us was built to deal with all of life's challenges independently of other people. It's not the way it works, so please, if you're buying into this lie, let it go. Find your few-person team to get you through the rough patches we all get handed. This makes you smart and humble. It's also the fastest way to find peace. With Lark, this meant offering her the option to go to therapy. If I'm being totally honest, this low-key felt like I was inferior. A mom should meet all of her kids' needs, and I couldn't. Another lie I had picked up subconsciously. But I did the better thing and offered her professional help, which was the right move. Sharing with you my 2 hardest spots of life, I want to reiterate that you can't do it all and you don't need to. Let safe people witness you. Let them help you. Teach your kids that they don't need to support unhealthy social norms. Show them that getting help is smart, not weak or a betrayal. Yes, be selective, and yes, adjust your pack, giving some burdens to others, leaving some for later, and some are to never be picked up again. We are stronger together, I promise. XOXO. Before I get to the next chapter, I need to shake off the freak out feeling of standing so emotionally naked in front of you. I don't regret it because it's helpful for both of us. Just give me 5, please.